It's 1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building. This is
1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building, nigga. Beards, braids, and boots, even though I got a bald head, long nose. Pistol, I feel that bitch with bald heads, all bright. Tissue pulling out that boy's head. Shit's chopped. Looking like a bulls at a street fight, 2 hands faster than the Honda. You don't want no problems, roll up on you like Blanca. 1 West, that's the mantra. Red headband with a spray gun like Contra. Check your attitude, the gear stretch, longitude, the latitude.
Come on.
I'm a priest, bitch, so some fucking gratitude to tell I'm 1 West by the way I walk, way I talk. 125th straight New York.
Ballin', nigga.
And I'ma rep it to the death of me. I die for the guy on the right or the left of me. You turn into beast mode, I turn into priest mode. Get to knocking niggas out like cranks for thinking they default.
It's 1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building. This is
1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building, niggas. Hardcore, men at war. I just follow Captain Yachty, with him I go. I might lose my shit, for him I blow and get the picking niggas off through that one I scope. We got a garment down to the foot, girdle around the paps, not a scuff on the boot.
Yeah.
You niggas try and look tough and look cute while we rock rough and stuff until you're stuffing loose. Been held back too long, now we busting loose, breaking down the barriers, this destructive truth. I was talking to a dumb nigga rhyme and he said we the Israelites, that's no denying. I said yeah, but you ain't in compliance, you trying to be Kyrie, I'm trying to be General Muhammad.
That's right.
It make me want to break a nigga's spine and do what a doc can't even fucking realign him. I get a nigga to get a nigga on consignment.
It's 1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building. This is
1 West, 1 2 5th.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building,
In the building.
They let the priests in the building, nigga. This the truth, this the home.
Home of the truth.
When niggas ain't gotta roam.
Yeah.
When niggas ain't gotta die alone. Put a nigga on both sides, you ain't gotta die alone. Be like, that nigga deader than a motherfucker. I brought my sword back wetter than a motherfucker. Fuck the turtles. I'm shredded like a motherfucker in this gym trying to get shredded like a motherfucker. The loose can and the firebomb. Everything on this gun custom like a Diawana. Call it Wanyala. The Kwa, Razan, the Makia, Yahaja, Malakati, Yaganan.
Let's go.
They let the priests in the building, nigga, waking up on people. Even when we chillin', nigga, fuck them fake camps. Better get with the realer niggas. For Christ come back and say, kill them niggas. All right, clap it up. Shalom Israel, with the Israelite School of Universal and Practical Knowledge. Started out of 1 West, 125th Street, Harlem, New York, under the Commandant General Yohana. This is Isupk Austin Wednesday law class, all right? We're going to be holding it down until Captain 10,000 Yatazaq arrives. Give him a hand. Okay? Any questions that y'all have online, y'all go ahead and chat them in. And when Cap gets in here, he'll answer all your questions and solve all your problems. Okay? I know you've been waiting all week for this, so you can get your questions out. Any questions in the room? I'm going to ask y'all the same thing. Reserve them for Captain 10,000 Yatazaq. We'll let him break it down. We'll take the wisdom from him. Okay? But until then, somebody give me Psalms 12 and 8. Because, you know, a lot of people out here, they are following the wrong leadership. And following the wrong leadership will be very destructive to you. Because who you follow matters. And see, we don't understand that. Because we think that we're the end all be all, right? But if you follow a gang, then what's going to happen? You know, gang stuff is going to happen to you. That's life, because you're following the leaders of the Crips and Bloods. Okay? If you following your oppressor, you're going to you know, take on his custom and his ways, his teachings. And you do the same thing with these fake Israelite groups. You think because you over there in purple, oh, they wear Azayala. They wear that purple. They wear that purple. Oh, and they put those fringes on the bottom of their shirt, and they just float around town. Okay, but they are wicked, and they are being raised up. Okay, and you should want to follow the truth. You should want to follow what is a actual, you know, the actual leaders of the world, the ones who should be leading you. Somebody give me that Psalms 12 and 8.
This is the book of Psalms, chapter 12, verse 8.
Mm-hmm.
The wicked walk on every side.
Yep.
When the vilest men are exalted.
You see, they got the vilest men exalted. That's why they say, I don't give a damn about Trayvon Martin. They said F Trayvon Martin. They didn't say F Kyrie. They circled the Barclays. Okay? When Kyrie was on the Nets, well, they circled that because they wanted to protect Kyrie. If you got money, just like the Christian church, the fake Israelites will be there for you. But we're there for you when you don't have anything. When you don't have nothing. We're there to pull you up out of the bottom. We're here to pull you up out of hell. Okay? Drop that. Give me Matthew 23 and 12.
This is the book of Matthew, chapter 23, verse 12.
Mm-hmm.
And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
All right. Whoever shall exalt themselves shall be abased. Commander General Yohana didn't exalt himself, right? You know who does exalt herself? Your Christian pastors, your fake Israelites. They raised themselves up. They left the truth, created their own, and raised themselves up. Said, I'm going to be the high priest. Ain't that what Gorilla Hebrew did in Sakari? I'm going to be the high priest. Okay? That's what all these fake Israelites do. I'm going to be the bishop. I'm going to be the this. I'm going to be the that. Read that again.
And whosoever shall exalt himself shall be abased.
You see, you're going to exalt yourself, but you're going to be brought down low, a base. You're going to be brought down to the base, right? Where is the base? The base ain't at the top, right? The base is at the bottom. You will be put low. Continue reading.
And he that shall humble himself shall be exalted.
But if you humble, brother, ooh-wee, and you know how to say con out of one con, and you just complete the missions, oh, well, the men above you, they're going to see that. And you know what they're going to do? They're going to raise you up, because that's what we're here for. We're here to take the job of the men above us. That's what you're here for. This is the only job that we're trying to give you the position. We're trying to give you a position. In Esau's jobs, he wants to hold you back as long as he can. Not here. Continue reading.
Verse 13. But woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites.
Yep. For what?
For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men.
See, you shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. You're not teaching the men the truth. You're not showing them how they're supposed to live. You're not being an example for them. Okay? It says, but woe unto you hypocrites. What is woe? Destruction. Destruction and turmoil. That's what he says to you scribes and Pharisees, to you fake Israelites, to you Christians, to you non-believers, to whatever. For ye shut up the kingdom of heaven against men. What are we doing? That's what we're doing. We're opening up the kingdom of heaven because we are building it. That's why you see us working every day. It's to build the kingdom of heaven. These fake Israelites, they shut up the kingdom of heaven because they are not giving you the truth. They are giving you a lie. They are giving you their customs, their tradition, their doctrine. All right, continue reading.
For ye neither go in yourselves, neither suffer ye them that are entering to go in.
Continue reading.
Verse 14. Woe unto you, scribes and Pharisees, hypocrites, for ye devour widows' houses. See,
they devour those widows' houses. Okay? They devour widows' houses in many ways, you know? They take advantage. That's what they do. Continue reading.
And for a pretense, make long prayers.
Ain't that why you think T.D. Jakes is such a godly man? Because he can pray for 2 damn hours? Oh, that sister's like, I'm gonna make him them cookies. Don't touch those cookies. You know those for pastor. You know? I know men in their own house who couldn't get a plate. They couldn't get a portion of it. Because these cookies are for pastor. Oh, and if you touch pastor's cookies, then you have an offense in your house. She done use your money, your car to go get the groceries, your oven to bake it, and you can't have none. Good night. Go ahead.
It's like if I made they do the same thing for their boss at work.
Good night. These is Mr. Johnson's. Oh, you know Mr. Johnson love that pumpernickel bread. All right? And with that, we pass the class over to Priest and Captain 10,000 Yatazaq. Give him a hand.
All right. Any questions in the room?
Like it, sir.
Come on.
Could I get a breakdown of who was Zedekiah? The last king.
Hezekiah?
Zedadiah.
Oh,
Like it, sir. Who was Melchizedek?
okay.
Who is Melchizedek? Melchizedek was a man that made an appearance.
Mm-hmm.
That's what he was. He made an appearance. Give me put this up for me.
Got on one car, sir.
Okay. Melchizedek was Christ. That's what he was. Christ had Christ reincarnated 4 times and appeared once. Christ was Adam. Christ was Isaac. Christ was Solomon. Christ was Christ. And Christ was Melchizedek. Right? Give me Hebrews 7.
Count on one kind. The order of Melchizedek. Count on one kind, sir.
Hebrews 7 and what?
Start at 1.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 7, verse 1. For this Melchizedek, king of Salem, priest of the Most High God, who met Abraham returning from the slaughter of the kings and blessed him.
Stop. So Melchizedek was called the king of Salem, right? Salem is, what does it look like? It's missing a couple of letters, but what does it look like?
Jerusalem, sir.
Jerusalem. Melchizedek was the king of Jerusalem, the priest of the Most High. This is the law. This is the Lord's lawman. That's what the priests were. The priests are the police. So that's why they held that office. But in the past, who were the priests? The Levites, the tribe of Levi. You could not be a police officer unless you was the tribe of Levi. So imagine that you couldn't hold an office if you wasn't from a certain tribe. Imagine that, right? And that's what the priests were. The priests came from one family, which were the Levites. And not just all Levites, you had to be a son of Aaron.
That's right.
So you could have been a Levite, but not of the sons of Aaron, you were not a priest. See what I'm saying? Well, the Lord's priest was Melchizedek. That's under the order of Melchizedek. You're going to understand what that is too. And keep reading.
Verse 2. To whom also Abraham gave a tenth part of all. For first being by interpretation, king of righteousness.
King of righteousness. Keep going.
And after that, also king of Salem.
Also the king of Jerusalem. And go ahead.
Which is king of peace.
Which is the king of peace. Who was called the Prince of Peace? Who was called the Prince of Jerusalem? Christ. This is Christ. And, this is Christ. This is who he is. he's Melchizedek. You know what I'm saying? And when Abraham saw Melchizedek, so imagine this: Abraham had just went to war and fought against how many kings? He said he defeated. Did it just say 5 kings? What did it say? Okay, Abraham went to war with like 5 kings and whooped them, took all their stuff. Right? He on his way back home, he see Melchizedek. He gives Melchizedek a tenth of everything he had, because when he seen Melchizedek, he knew Melchizedek was greater than he was. Now, he just got through whooping 5 kings that was rich. Abraham was just a regular nigga that had some goons with him, that had working for him and all of that. And he whooped these kings and their army. But then he saw Melchizedek and paid tithes to him. That's like you beating up, winning against Egypt, Russia, Assyria, like you beating the kings up. But then you see Commander General Yohana and you're like, oh shit. Yeah, man, I'm gonna give this to you because you better than me, you stronger than me. That's what happened with Abraham seeing Melchizedek. Okay, keep going.
Verse 3.
Some more there.
Without father,
Without
Without what?
without father, without mother.
Why did I say this was an appearance? He didn't have a father nor mother. So how did Melchizedek show up?
Spirit.
Get the mic. Oh, you don't know? Oh, you don't got no answer. You know answer?
Good night.
What you got? What you got?
These boys is deep.
Boys.
He said a pork.
Come on. What you finna say? What you gonna say?
He appeared.
He just showed up. Just popped up. He just showed up. From another dimension. That's where he come from. What? Where is the Most High at? Where's that? Can you look up and see it? Why not? In another dimension. Where are the angels? In another dimension. Melchizedek appeared out of another dimension. If somebody just popped up in this room, where they come from? Another dimension, right? That's what Melchizedek was. And when Abraham saw him, he knew he had to be from somewhere else. He was like, oh, damn. Gave him a tenth. So that was the first tithes. Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek while Levi was in his loins. That's what the scriptures say. Matter of fact, keep reading. It's going to say they're coming up.
Without descent, having neither beginning of days nor end of life, but made like unto the Son of God, abideth a priest continually. Verse 4. Now consider how great this man was.
Now consider how great Melchizedek was. Keep going.
Unto whom even the patriarch Abraham gave the tenth of the spoil.
He's like, consider how great Melchizedek was, where even he gave a tenth to him of all his spoils. Spoils is what I take from you. He gave that to Melchizedek. Keep going.
Verse 5. And verily that like they that are the sons of Levi, who receive the office of the priesthood, have a commandment to take tithes of the people according to the law, that is of their brethren. Thou they come out of the loins of Abraham.
Keep going.
Come out of the pun, verse 6. But he whose descent is not counted from them received tithes of Abraham and blessed him that had the promises.
He said, this man ain't got nothing to do with the children of Israel or his descent. And they paid tithes to him. Abraham paid tithes to him, and he not even the people that Levi was supposed to receive tithe from. That's what he's trying to tell you. He's trying to paint a picture of how glorious Melchizedek was. That's what he's showing you. And Melchizedek was Christ.
That's right.
How do we know? Because he's the Prince of the King of Righteousness, the King of Salem, and the King of Peace. All of those are titles of Christ.
That's right.
Malak Tazadaq. That's what it is. Malak Tazadaq. That's what it is.
We.
King of justice, King of judgment, King, all of that. Malak Shalom, King of peace. Malak, you see what I'm saying? That's all. King. Who is the king?
That's right.
Yeah, who is your king?
Yahweh.
Yahweh Shah. See what I'm saying? The Most High is our God. Our King is Christ. You understand? Keep going. Read verse, I think 7.
Verse 7. And without all contradiction, the less is blessed of the better.
The less is blessed of the better. Meaning, Abraham was a man that the Lord was dealing with, but he was blessed by a man that outranked him. You can't raise me up, but I can raise you up.
That's right.
The less are blessed by the better, by the man that's at the top. See what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 8. And here men that die receive tithe, but there he receives them, of whom it is witness that he liveth.
Men that die receive tithes, but this man never died and received tithes. He got the tithes and left. He lived forever. You understand? Keep going. Last 2 verses.
I will come. Verse 9. And as I may so say, Levi also, who received the tithes, paid tithes in Abraham.
Levi, who receives tithes, paid tithes in Abraham, because Levi was in Abraham's loins.
That's right.
But he paid tithes in Abraham. Do you understand what he's saying? He's saying because Abraham paid tithes, Levi paid tithes. That's like me saying my sons come from me, and before my sons came out of me, they smoked weed because I was smoking weed.
Damn.
Well, that's the same thing that he's saying about this. Levi paid tithes because Abraham paid tithes. See what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 10. For he was yet in the loins of his father when Melchizedek met him.
There you go. He was still in his father's loins when Abraham met him. Therefore, he paid tithes too. So who was Melchizedek? Melchizedek was your king. Just making an appearance to make sure that the priesthood could be done away with. The priesthood got done away. The priesthood don't have power because of the order of Melchizedek. That's how they lost their power. Because now we can say we don't got to pay tithes just to the Levites, because Abraham didn't just pay tithes to the Levites. Abraham paid tithes to Melchizedek. Mm-hmm. So we can pay tithes to Melchizedek. And who is Melchizedek? Christ. So now, that's who we pay to. Now Christ gave his life for us, and now we offer ourselves to him. We pay to him. He made himself a sacrifice to us. Now we sacrifice for him. That's why everybody talk about what would Jesus do? Because they are supposed to be paying for what Christ did by giving their life for Christ. You've heard it all your life. I'm giving my life to Christ. I'm giving my life to Christ. But you never understood what that meant. Basically, I did a bid for you, and I had a trucking business, and I can't run my trucking business no more because I'm in jail for you. And you worked at Walmart. You was a supervisor. What does that mean if you give your life for me? What? Now you got to run who trucking business? You got to quit Walmart, and now you got to live for me. You got to quit what you've been doing, how you've been doing it, how you've been thinking, how you've been eating, how you've been having sex, how you've been doing everything. You got to stop all that and do it the way I would have did it. You got to say, man, he would have never slept with that white girl, so I can't sleep with that white girl. He would have never smoked that weed, so I can't smoke that weed. He would have never robbed him, so I can't rob him. Now you got to live for me, and you got to do what I would have done. That's what Christians say. What would Jesus do? Because it's supposed to be them living for Christ.
Right.
But they don't. They hold on and live for themselves. They do whatever Lakeisha would have did.
Damn.
Tremaine, Darnell. That's who they live for, themselves. Christ gave us the big idea. I'm here listening to him. Christ gave us an opportunity to change. All right. Next question.
Like, sir, if I may, who is Assad, King Assad?
King Assad. What book is that in? Chronicles? King Assad. What make you ask the question about King Assad?
We were watching that show and it mentioned Jehoshaphat, and we tried to go down and see who Jehoshaphat was, and it said that was his son.
Here, I got you. Second Chronicles. That was like 14 and 2 or something.
Assad was one of David's descendants. Let me see. Yeah. Assad was a descendant of David, the third king of the southern kingdom of Judah. He ruled for 41 years. This is in 1 Kings 15 and 10. And it's in Chronicles as well. It's just one of the descendants of David. What did the Lord promise David about his kingdom? It will rule forever. Right? So what does that mean? Who that mean? Which tribe has the throne forever? The tribe of Judah. The first king of Israel was from the tribe of Benjamin.
That's right.
Right? What tribe was Rehoboam from? Wasn't he from like Ephraim or Jeroboam? Because they split up. Jeroboam and Rehoboam. Go ahead. He was from Ephraim. Right. So we had kings in the southern kingdom and the northern kingdom because our nation had split in half. So you had They split after Solomon. So David was the king. David fought for so long to unite the kingdom. Who did he fight? Yeah, he fought the Philistines. He fought the house of Saul. Yeah. That's it. Go ahead.
His brothers.
He fought the rest of the tribes. He fought everybody else, all other tribes. And he made them submit and surrender. And then That's how we all came together. We didn't come together because we just decided to come together. David went and killed his brothers and fought them and beat them up. And they were like, all right, you got it. You the king, bro. You got it. So now David unified the nation. David could not build the temple because he had too much blood on his hands. He had too much heathen blood on his hands. No, he had too much blood of his own brothers.
That's right.
And so that's why the Lord said, your son will build the temple because your son's hands are clean. See what I'm saying? So now, what happened with his son? Give me let me see. Give me 1 Kings 11, and let's start at 1.
This is going to 1 Kings chapter 11, verse 1. But King Solomon loved many strange women.
So King Solomon is the wisest, most richest, wealthiest, not just rich, wealthiest, wisest man on the earth. He's the richest man that ever walked the earth, the wisest man that ever walked the earth other than Christ.
That's right.
And he was Christ. Right? So, King Solomon, read that part again.
But King Solomon loved many strange women.
But Solomon loved many strange women. Keep reading.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites,
Zidonians,
and Hittites.
Keep going.
Verse 2. Of the nations concerning which the Lord said unto the children of Israel, ye shall not go in to them, neither shall they come in unto you. For surely they will turn away your heart after their gods. Solomon clave unto these in love.
Solomon married all these women that the Lord said not to marry. He married all the women of the other nations. Solomon had, 300 wives and 700 concubines. Solomon was wilding out. That's what he did. So what was the sin in what Solomon did? Was it getting the women? What was the sin at?
Going outside of the nation and getting other women.
Marrying women out of the other nation. Which other nation? He just named them. He named them. Naming the Pharaoh, the daughters of Pharaoh, that's the Egyptians. The Moabite, that's the Chinese woman. The Ammonite, the Japanese woman. The Edomites, the white woman. The Zidonians, and the Hittites, that's the Arabs. The Lord is telling you, you can't marry them. Go ahead.
Like I said, if I could. A quick question. So the Egyptians is the Africans, right? And then the Philistines is the Africans too, right? So
Yes.
Different tribes of Africans.
Yes, every nation has many tribes.
That's right.
Arabs have many tribes. East Indians is a tribe of Arabs. It's a different tribe. The white man got many tribes. You got Russians, you got Irish, you got the Italians, the Czechoslovakians, the Germans, the Americans, the Spaniard, different types. You got the blonde hair, blue eye, the big freckle, red hair. You got different tribes of white. You got different tribes of black, and you got black, Hispanic, and Native Indians, right? You got Africans, Ethiopians, Liberians. You got different tribes of Africans. Every nation has many different tribes. Go ahead. Concubines were women that you got out of war. So let's say, for instance, we would go to war and destroy the land and kill all their men. Then the women that's left, we would take them, make them cut their hair. But the concubines we got was of our own women.
That's right.
We would go into Ephraim's land and kill all the Ephraimites because we was beefing with them, and take their women and say, cut your hair, cut your nails, and mourn your daddy and your brothers. And once your hair grow back, you should be ready for me.
That's right.
I'll be back in a few months. And we'll throw them in another house of ours, give them some time to mourn, and then show up like, you ready? It's time for you to get raised up. And that's how it was. That's what it was. Because what's marriage? Sex. Sex is marriage. That's the way it was, and that's why men were so important in every civilization. Because if you didn't have men, then everybody was soft targets. You didn't have a man in your neighbor, in your community, strong men, then your women and children are through. And that's why our nation is so destroyed, because it's ran by women and children.
That's right.
Our nation is so destroyed because women and children are the leaders of our communities. Go ahead.
Like, sir, I was wondering if when back then, when the concubine did all of that, and it was the time for them to do the act of marriage, did they become a wife or did they remain a concubine?
No, they were called concubines. They were wives, but they were concubines to kind of give them to kind of put them lower than a wife. You know what I mean? But we don't have concubines. You got wives. You know what I'm saying? They were just, you got to remember, the Bible is so socially construct, like the hierarchy, the rich and the poor, and that's what was going on. You had people that tried to be like, she's not really a wife, she's just a concubine. You know what I mean? Kind of make you real feel a little better about it. Like, yeah, I'm a wife. But Solomon, the strange women that he slept with, what were they? Huh? Now, what the Bible say?
Strange women.
No. Let's read it again. Let me see it.
All right, caught on the one side.
King Solomon loved many strange women.
Uh-huh.
Together with the daughter of Pharaoh, women of the Moabites, Ammonites, Edomites.
Yeah, read verse 3.
Come, verse 3.
Right there.
And he had 700 wives, princesses, and 300 concubines, and his wives turned away his heart.
See that? His wives. So they were. He didn't call them concubines. He called them wives.
Oh, the wives.
That boy Solomon was a player, boy. 700 wives and 300 concubines. Keep going.
Come, verse 4. And it came to pass when Solomon was old that his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
Who turned away his heart?
That his wives turned away his heart.
So who turned away his heart? Who? Which wives? The heathen ones. You know who he was calling concubines? His sisters. He was calling his sisters concubines and the heathens wives. Yes, he was more in love with the heathens than he was with his sisters. What did the Lord say? Who was going to turn away his heart from the Lord? The strange women. What did this just say? Read that part again, verse 3.
That his wives turned away his heart after other gods.
Who turned away his heart after other gods?
His wives.
Which were? Heathens.
That's right.
That's what he did. And after that, guess what happened to the nation?
It fell and split.
It split. The Lord was like, oh, no. He's like, I'm not going to take the nation from you, Solomon, because of how much. Oh, read verse 4.
Come on, sir. Verse 4, for it came to pass when Solomon was old, that his wives turned away his heart after other gods, and his heart was not perfect with the Lord his God, as was the heart of David his father.
Keep going.
Verse 5, for Solomon went after Ashtoreth, the goddess of the Zidonians, and after Milcom, the abomination of the Ammonites. And Solomon did evil in the sight of the Lord, and went not fully after the Lord, as did David his father.
So what's Solomon going to? Witchcraft. And that's what you hear about, Solomon going into witchcraft. That's why people think the shield of David is a star of witchcraft, because David was so wise. That's why all his books are about wisdom, because he was in the Apocrypha. What is his book called? The Wisdom of Solomon. He knew the mysteries on top of the mysteries.
That's right.
He knew everything that you need to know. We had the first Navy. Did you know that? The nation of Israel had the first Navy way back in the BC. Way back. The Navy was just, And guess what? The Lord was like, nah, you took all this wisdom and you made it evil. So drop down to verse 11.
Come on. Verse 11. Wherefore the Lord said unto Solomon, for as much as this is done of thee, and thou hast not kept my covenant and my statutes, which I have commanded thee, I will surely rend the kingdom from thee, and will give it to thy servant. Notwithstanding in thy days, I will not do it for David, thy father's sake, but I will rend it out of the hand of thy son.
He said, because you ain't kept my laws and my commandments, I'm going to take the kingdom out of your hands. But I'm not going to take it out of your hands because I love your father. For your father's sake, I won't take it from you, but I'm going to take it from your sons. So when your son get in the seat and become a king, I'm going to split the nation up because of what you did. Keep going.
Verse 13. Howbeit, I will not rend away all the kingdom, but will give one tribe to thy son for David, my servant's sake, and for Jerusalem's sake, which I have chosen.
Keep going.
Verse 14. And the Lord stirred up an adversary unto Solomon, Hadad the Edomite. He was of the king's seed in Edom.
Wow. What is that saying? Now he stirred up an adversary. He got somebody that looked at Solomon and said, man, I'm going to whoop him.
Damn.
I'm gonna overthrow him. The Lord always got somebody waiting on you once you get out of line to overthrow you. He always got your match. And that's what he did. He had a dog waiting on him, which was an Edomite, and that became his enemy. And, if you just keep reading, you'll see how we lost the kingdom. And then the nation was split into two. Then you got the northern kingdom and the southern kingdom. The southern kingdom was ran by one of his sons, which was from the tribe of Judah. And the northern kingdom was ran by an Ephraimite. And then we split up. And we went our own separate ways. We went into one captivity. They went into another captivity. And they said, we're not going to be going into all these captivities. Ephraim them. We're not going to be going into all these captivities. So what did they do? They tried to go to a land. Give me 2nd Ezra 13. No, 1st Ezra 13. I'm sorry. That's wrong. 2nd Ezra 13. $40.
This is the book of Ezra. This is the book of 2nd Ezra, chapter 13, verse 40. Those are the 10 tribes which were carried away prisoners out of their own land in the time of Hosea, the king, whom
Salamazar.
Salamazar, the king of Assyria, led away captive.
All right, so this is what happened. the land was split up. The northern kingdom lived in the capital. What's the capital of Jerusalem? Huh? Mm-mm. What's the capital of Jerusalem? Samaria. Samaria is the capital of Jerusalem. So now, in the land of Samaria, the Assyrians had overtaken Samaria. And so the Assyrians came into the land, but they couldn't live in the land because the Lord was protecting the land, because it belonged to the Lord. So they went and got the people of the land, and they went and got a priest, a Levite, and said, teach us how to live in the land. Because when they came in the land, lions and all kinds of stuff came out and was eating them because they didn't belong in the land.
That's right.
So then they started living in the land and sacrificing to our God and praying to our God because the priest taught them how to survive in the land. Now, imagine what happens after 100 years of those people living in the land, sacrificing to the Lord. What did they start to believe?
That they was us.
That they was the Israelites. That's Jewish people. That's how it happened. You move in the land and you start to become the people of the land because you in the land.
That's right.
See what I'm saying? That happened. So go ahead.
So that's what the English did in America.
That's what happens all over the earth. That's why you don't know anything about the Native Indians. You just know about white people because they took over the land.
Damn.
And became American. Right? So now these 10 tribes was carried captain under the Assyrians. Keep going.
And he carried them over the water, and so came they into another land.
So now they got taken out of their land and they was over in Assyria, but those people came back into their land and started living in Samaria. See what I'm saying? Keep going.
Verse 41. But they took this counsel among themselves. That they
But the 10 and a half tribes, which is the Native American Indians, Puerto Ricans, the Dominicans, the Haitians, the Guatemalans, the El Salvadorians, all the other tribes, your brothers, the Northern Kingdom, they took a counsel amongst themselves and said what?
Themselves that they will leave the multitude of the heathen and go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
They was gonna go where?
Go forth into a further country where never mankind dwelt.
They gonna go to a farther country where never mankind dwelt. Keep going.
Verse 42. That they might there keep their statutes which they never kept in their own land.
So what was their purpose of going to this land?
Follow the commandments.
Yes. They was like, we're gonna go to a land where where nobody ever lived, so that we can live in peace by ourselves, far away from all this captivity. Keep going.
Verse 43. And they entered into Euphrates by the narrow places of the river. Verse 44. But the Most High then showed signs for them, and hell spilled the flood till they were passed over. Verse 45. For through that country there was a great way to go, namely of a year and a half. And the same region is called Ashereth. Verse 46.
The same reason is called what?
Same reason is called Ashereth.
Ashereth. Ashereth is the land of America. That's where they went. They came over here to the Americas. That's how they got over here, and that's why nobody knew they was over here but Christopher Columbus and other voyagers that read our records.
That's right.
What records did they read?
Second.
They just read that. Because the Bible is a record book.
That's right.
It's history, not religion. And that's what so many people get lost at. So many people look at the Bible like it's a religious book. The Bible is about your ancestors, about your fathers, and about the history of your fathers and your mothers, and how we got put in this predicament. That's why you're the only race of people that don't know who you are. You don't know where you're from. What's your nationality? Hold up. A young man in the back. What's your nationality?
African American.
African and American? How can you be African and American?
Black American.
Black is a color, so you're a color American.
American.
American. So are you the whites in America? You know, anybody is American. Is that a race of people? Is American a race? So what's your race?
So you said black is a color.
Yeah, black is a color.
I don't know.
Give him a hand. That's why we in class. Because we don't know who the hell we are. We just know what they teach us. African American, Black American. You just said everything that you were taught to say. When we teach you the truth out of the Bible, and you are a child of Israel. We reading your family history right now. You reading about how your brothers got over to the Americas. Which America? North, Central, and South America.
Damn.
Who's in North, Central, and South America? You got the Dominicans, you got the Guatemalans, you got the El Salvadorians, you got the Jamaicans, you got the Haitians. Those are all your brothers in these different lands. And you're reading about when a group of them, a large group of them, decided to come over to the land where nobody had ever lived before. And their purpose of coming over here was serving the Lord. Getting away from this place because this place is distracting us. Guess what happened to them when they went over there? But you can't guess. But you can't guess. What did they do when they got over here to America? They did what? Give it to Terrence.
It's like you said, they stopped doing everything they were supposed to be doing and turned to their own way.
Listen, now they came over here and built pyramids. They came over here and built up everything to who? To the sun god.
Yep.
Ashwakanda and all these and the Anunnaki and the damn what's the damn the Aztec and the Mayan gods.
Oh, yeah.
And all that. They came over here and found new gods to create. That's what they did. And you know what the Lord did? The Lord sent the devil right on their front doorstep. The Lord sent the white man on the boat, coming from the whole end of the world. It's like,
That's right.
I feel like it's something over here I need to find. Oh, here we go. It was good ship Jesus.
Damn.
Jesus was making sure you didn't get away.
That's right.
That's what was happening. You thought you was gonna run over here and come way over here to sin? No. Here come the white man. Go ahead.
It's like if I could, I just want to make sure I'm getting it right, so I ain't messing nothing up. So it was the Syrians trying to enslave us in the Northern Kingdom, and we started getting taken captive, whatever. We left the Syrians to try to find our own land, and then we came here.
Yes.
And then the Syrians went into our land and learned how to live there from the Levites that was still there.
Right. And they started calling themselves Samaritans.
Yep.
And let's show you a Samaritan woman. Give me John 4. Give me John 4 and start at 18. Now, guess what? That was the northern kingdom was in Assyria. Guess where the southern kingdom was at? The northern kingdom was in captivity in Assyria. Where was the southern kingdom was in Babylon. We were split up in two different kingdoms. two different captivities.
That's right.
So we was in Babylon under Nebuchadnezzar getting stomped on.
That's right.
And our brothers was in Assyria getting stomped on. Just like you in America getting oppressed, they in Mexico getting oppressed. Have you ever been to Haiti? Ever heard of Haiti? Do you know what they eat in Haiti? Mud pies. They sit outside, they get mud, they cake it up, they sit it over the fire until it get hard, and they eat it like cookies. You good mud pies. It's tasty. That's what your brothers eat. Because they don't obey the Lord. The Lord, you got the Lord, but you think you're gonna run from the Lord?
Right.
And go hide and go sin under a rock? Go ahead.
Kind of on kind. And like they eating mud pies over here, and then our poor in the South was eating Red River clay.
Yeah, Red River clay.
Now we know we brothers.
Yep.
We got the same struggle meals.
Mm-hmm. Now let's go to
So John 4:18, right?
John 4 and so they can get the whole story. Let's start at verse 4 and 4.
This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 4. And he must needs go through Samaria.
So Christ was leaving, he had to go through Samaria. Keep going.
Verse 5. Then cometh he to a city of Samaria, which is called Sychar,
Mm-hmm.
near to the parcel of ground that Jacob gave to his son Joseph.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 6. Now Jacob's well was there. Jesus, therefore, being wearied with his journey, sat thus on the well, and it was about the 6th hour.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 7. There cometh a woman of Samaria to draw water. Jesus said unto her, Give me to drink. Verse 8. For his disciples were gone away unto the city to buy meat.
Stop. Why is that written there? Why is it written that his disciples was gone to go and buy meat? He told this Samaritan woman, give me some water. The reason he's talking to her, is because the disciples is not there.
That's right.
This is the only reason he's talking to her, because he would have asked them to get him some water. But he asked her because she was the only person there. All right, keep reading.
Verse 9. And then saith the woman of Samaria unto him, How is that thou, being a Jew, actest to drink of me, which am a woman of Samaria? For the Jews have no dealings with the Samaritans.
Stop. Why is that written right there? Go ahead.
To let you know that we don't deal with the other nations.
Right. We don't deal with the other nations. She like, how you gonna ask me for some water? Y'all don't mess with us. But she's in the land of Israel. Her name, she's a Samaritan woman. But she's letting you know she wasn't really supposed to be in the land.
That's right.
Keep going.
Good night.
Verse 10. Jesus answered and said unto her.
Hold on, draw down to 13.
Verse 13. Jesus answered and said unto her, Whosoever drinketh this water shall
Start at 12. My bad. Go to 12. Can't skip 12. My bad. My bad.
This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 12.
Yeah,
Art thou greater than our father Jacob?
what did she say?
Art thou greater than our father Jacob?
She said, are you saying that you're greater than our father Jacob?
Good night.
Why is she saying our father Jacob?
Because now, since she's been there and was raised there, she's trying to claim our traditions.
She's a Jewish woman. That's how you can see her. She's a woman that's claiming your identity, and now she's saying our father Jacob.
Dang.
Our Father. Keep going.
Which gave us the well and drank thereof himself and his children.
Why is she saying that? Because she knows the history, because she's been taught it. Just like the Jewish man knows of the Torah because he's been partially taught it. Keep going.
Verse 13. Jesus answered and said unto her, whosoever drinketh of this water shall thirst again.
Christ cutting her. You got that's a whole nother class. Give me this water. Tell you. Let me see. In the front. Go to verse 20.
This is the book of John, chapter 4, verse 20. Our fathers worship in this mountain, and ye say that in Jerusalem is the place where men ought to worship.
So Christ is telling her Jerusalem is the place of worship. She's saying our fathers worship in this mountain. Who is her father? So she talking about? She talking about the Israelites. She's associating herself with them.
Right.
Listen now, let's see what Christ said.
Verse 21. Jesus said unto her, woman, believe me, the hour cometh when ye shall neither in this mountain nor yet at Jerusalem worship the Father.
What did he just say?
He said, nobody, we didn't worship in the mountains.
You was close.
He cut her and pretty much said that it's gonna come a time where you're not gonna be worshiping.
You ain't gonna be over here. And he said, woman, believe me when I say this. One day you won't be here. The true worshipers will be here. Keep going.
Verse 22. Ye worship, ye know not what.
Read that again.
Ye worship, ye know not what.
You worshiping, but you don't know what you worshiping. Keep going.
We know what we worship.
Uh-huh.
For salvation is of the Jews.
Yikes. So who does that mean salvation is for?
The Israelites.
That's it.
New Testament.
What did Christ say? Christ said, woman, you don't even know what you're talking about. You're worshiping, you're going to church, you're praying to God, and you don't know what you're praying to. You don't know who you're praying to. But one day, the true worshipers are going to come back and dwell in this place and worship the true God. Read the next verse.
Verse 23. But the hour cometh, and now is the true worshipers shall worship the Father in spirit and in truth. For the Father seeketh such to worship him.
The Father seeketh such to worship him. Who does the Father seeking to worship him?
Israel.
Give him a hand. The true worshipers. That's who the Father is looking for, the true worshipers to worship him.
That's right.
Not you. The Lord don't want you to worship him, Samaritan woman, Jewish person. The Lord seeks for us to worship him. And so that's what happened. That's why Christ came. Christ came so that you, the true worshiper, could finally go back to your land, come back to your God, go back to your culture, and now you can rule. This entire Bible is a blueprint for rulership.
That's right.
That's what it's for. We don't change our lives because we hate other races. The Lord hates them. We friends with them. We go to school with them, we make friends with them and all that. I don't got no problem with white people. I see them, I'm like, hey, what's going on, Mr. White Man? Yeah, hey, yeah, it's cool. It's just fine. But one day, I'm going to be ruling over them. That's it. It ain't personal. Why am I going to be ruling over them? Because God said it.
That's right.
It ain't my fault. So what we're doing is teaching you the position you're going to be in very soon. This is not about hate. This is about a change of the guards.
That's right.
Change of hierarchy. This place as you know it, America as you know it. Let me ask you a question. Has America been the same since COVID? Do you remember how it was before COVID? Do you know what it feels like now? Like certain places that was open later, they closed earlier now. And they'll never go back to being open that late again.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Oh,
Why? Because the world is going into a way that'll never come back again. America is going to fall and will never be the same, that it will never
That's
be
right.
alive again. And what's going to live forever is the seat that the Lord promised David. David's family is going to rule forever. How? Christ is going to come and rule. That's what we're teaching. We're not teaching nothing else. We don't hate people we don't have no hatred for people. We love our brothers so much that we don't love nobody else. Do we like other people? Yeah. I like, Habib at the corner store. That's my boy. That boy let me through. He don't even charge me tax a lot of times. Hey, you good, buddy? You good? All right, Habib, I'm best with you. Me and Habib cool, but I ain't choosing Habib over you.
yeah, that's right.
Habib ain't getting, he ain't my brother.
That's right.
You got friends at school, but who you standing next to if you get into a fight? Your partner at school or your brother?
Brother,
Why?
that's your brother.
Now you see the answer? It ain't because you're a racist. Now what? Now, oh no, you evil because you be with him every day in class after school. You walk around school with him. Y'all cool. But if you fighting against my brother, I'm sorry, partner. You chose the wrong person to fight. Everybody else in the school, you could have fought. You chose to fight my brother. I'm sliding you. I'm sliding you, bro.
That's
My bad. You just shouldn't have fought him. If you would have fought him, I wouldn't have slid you. But because you fighting him, I gotta rock you. That's what God is saying. Why? Because it's your brother. Why are you standing with him? Because he's my brother. That's it. But guess what we do now? No, we gotta love everybody. We gotta forgive everybody. No. We can't fight. Everybody gotta come together. You can talk that talk, but not when it come to my brother.
That's right.
No. What's wrong with that? That doesn't make us racist. The only group of people that's vilified for standing with their brothers is us. When Chinese people open up nail shops, do you see any black people in there? You ever seen any black people working in the nail shop? Why not? They don't allow you out. They don't allow you to because that's a business for their people. They'll let you work in the beauty supply because they want your people to feel comfortable to come in there. But they won't let you work in the nail shop because they mean they're making money in their nail shop. They getting tipped. They getting some good bread in there. But that beauty supply, I could give you $10 an hour. $10 an hour, you good to go. That nail shop, you're not getting that money. No. That money is putting their kids through college. That nail shop money. That money ain't for you. Why? Because you ain't their brother.
That's right.
That's why. Go ahead.
Is that why it's like, sometimes you walk into a liquor store, you see a brother in their work. I see a brother every day, and I'm like, who owns this? And they tell you it's another name. Is that why they put us in there so we feel more comfortable coming and getting it from our brothers?
You buying some liquor because who's destroying you? Who's destroying you when you buying that liquor in that liquor store? No. What you said? Yourself. And who's giving you the poison?
Damn, your people.
Your brother.
Damn.
That's who they got behind that. Yeah. That liquor store. Your brother bet that pass you that liquor. There you go.
They got the music.
So what they saying? You destroying you.
Damn.
But who's fixing you up to make you look good though? Make you feel good about yourself. No. The Chinese man. You see what I'm saying? Like it's psychological, and you got to understand that we have to start looking out for each other the way everyone else looks out for themselves.
That's right.
You know what I mean? Like, we got to do that. We can't feel bad for opening up a business and not hiring no other race of people.
That's right.
I opened up a restaurant. I'm not having no Arab man come work for me.
Right.
I'm not doing it. Let me tell you why they allow your race of people to come and help them with certain jobs, so you can fight against your brother when it's time to fight.
Mm-hmm.
When they come in the beauty supply and the women come in there fighting over their hair, they don't want to be the ones fighting you in the store because they've already done it and they got backlash. So now they let black people come in there and you fight against your own people in the hair store. You fight against your own people in the chicken joint. In Houston, it's a famous place called Chimichan.
Damn.
You know who work at the front desk? Chinese people. You know frying chicken in the back? Niggas and Mexicans. That's why the chicken's so good. The chicken's so good because we back there making it. We making the chicken, we making the rice, we making all that. The General Joe, the orange chicken.
Damn.
We back there doing all that. And guess what? They don't take no debit cards.
Good night.
They take straight cash. They ain't paying no taxes. They getting every dollar. You coming in there and getting that wing dinner? $20. You paying $20. And if you ain't got 10 cents, no $20. No chicken dinner.
Damn.
Cancel order. That's what they do. You can't feel bad for loving your people.
That's right.
Christ didn't. Christ told this lady, it's coming a time where you won't be here.
Mm-hmm.
You won't be sitting here around me so comfortable. Because this salvation that's coming is coming for the Jews. That's what you got to know. Any more questions? Go ahead.
Not a question, but since we was talking about the split, if you could, sir, if you could just break down Ezekiel 37. I guess we'll start about 16.
Mm-hmm.
I don't think they heard you break this down before, and this is so heavy.
Ezekiel what?
I think we start at 16 and go to like 22 or something usually. Yeah, I usually start at 16.
All right, let's get it.
Khan, sir. It's the book of Ezekiel, chapter 37, verse 16. Moreover, the Son of Man, take thee one stick and write upon it for Judah and for the children of Israel and his companions.
All right, what is this about? Let me tell you what this is about. This is about the nation being broken into two. What's the two that the nation is broken into? The northern kingdom and the southern kingdom.
Mm-hmm.
Southern kingdom being Judah, Benjamin, and Levi, the darker tribes. Northern kingdom being the lighter tribes. If you want to make it carnal so you can understand it. Blacks versus Hispanics. Southern kingdom, northern kingdom. Blacks, Hispanics. All right, go ahead.
Khan. Then take another stick and write upon it for Joseph, the stick of Ephraim.
There we go. So you got the one stick is the southern kingdom. The other stick is the stick of the northern kingdom. Go ahead.
Khan. And for all the house of Israel and his companions. Verse 17. And join them one to another.
And do what?
Join them one to another.
Now you bring these two sticks and put them together. Go ahead.
Khan. And they shall become one in thy hand.
And now they're one in the Lord's hand. That's what the Lord wants. That's what the Lord wants. That's what Christ's death was for. To bring this stick and this stick, make them love each other and become one. Keep going.
Khan, verse 18. And when the children of thy people shall speak unto thee, saying, wilt thou not show us what thou meanest by these?
Mm-hmm.
Verse 19. Say unto them, thus says the Lord, behold, Slakia, thus says the Lord God, behold, I will take the stick of Joseph, which is in the hand of Ephraim, in the 10 tribes, Slakia, in the tribes of Israel, his fellows, and I will put them with him, even with the stick of Judah, and make them one stick, and they shall be one in my hand.
Mm-hmm. Keep going.
Verse 20. And the sticks whereon their writers shall be in thy hand before thy eyes.
Mm-hmm.
Verse 21. And say unto them, thus says the Lord God, behold, I will take the children of Israel from among the heathen,
Mm-hmm.
whether they be gone, and we will gather them on every side and bring them into their own land.
That's what this is all about. Putting us together, and we finally go home. Why are we not home yet? Because we're not together.
Mm-hmm.
How can we go home? Keep the law, statutes, and commandments. Come back to our culture and come together. That sounds so easy to do until you start talking to people.
That's right.
Like, hey, man, you need to come to class, man. I ain't coming to that bullshit. I don't believe what y'all believe. That's your belief. Don't try to get me to follow your God. That's what you doing. That's why we still here.
That's right.
But Christ said, I'm not finna keep waiting on these niggas. We want the time to be shortened. No, we want Christ to come back. But Christ is like, I'm not finna keep waiting. 2/3 of our people are going to be destroyed.
That's right.
Because they don't want to come together. 2/3. Go ahead.
So like I said about me, I was looking at the numbers of like one day all of us was looking at the numbers of how many of us it really is, the blacks, Hispanics, and Native Americans.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot of people.
Oh yeah, I know.
Almost it's over 1 billion.
Over 1 billion. So what's 2/3 of 1 billion?
I want to say it was like 300 million.
That sound about right.
No, 600 million.
Yeah, that sound about 600 million.
Almost 700, sir.
Damn.
I would say about 750.
About
2/3.
750. Yeah, 2/3. It's about 750 million people.
Good night. Can I read the next verse?
That's going to die. Let me make it even more succinct. How many Christians are there in the world?
Probably almost 1 billion.
Look it up. Look up on Google and say, how many Christians are there in the world?
Good night.
It's gonna be I know it's gonna be 1 billion at least.
Yeah. $1 trillion.
What you got?
Give him the mic back there. Give him the mic back there.
200 and what?
Yeah, get him
What
the mic.
you said?
He got a real number.
285 million.
285. What you got?
2.4 billion.
Damn. What you got?
2.4 billion.
2.4 billion Christians.
Yours is probably in America.
Yeah. 2.4 billion Christians.
Good night.
Christ said, how many men are Christ looking for?
144.
What? 144,000. If Christianity was the right way to go, Christ would have been back. If Christianity was the right way to go, then Christ would have been back because it's to what? 2.4 billion Christians.
Well, if we keep it like breaking down for black Christians, it's 734 million.
734 million Christians. If they was in the truth, if they was living like Christ said to live, we would have been gone at 144,000. Really, not even 140, 12,000 from each tribe. That makes it even smaller.
That's right.
12,000 Negroes, 12,000 Jamaicans, 12,000 Mexicans. That's what the Lord looking for. it ain't 12,000 righteous Negroes, niggas. That's why Christ ain't back. What you trying to do? You trying to get the 12,000. You trying to build up that. That's a small thing. That's a small number to come up with. The hardest part about it is no one cares about God.
That's right.
They care about themselves and doing what they want to do. That's why we still here. Don't worry. Time is getting shorter. What does that mean? Give him a hand. Come on.
All right. This is let me put it on the screen. This is from young man Jermaine. Okay, he asks, can the devil or Satan bless you?
Yes, that's an excellent question. Can the devil or Satan bless you? Let me see. Oh, it's in the Apocrypha. Oh man, this is an excellent scripture. We have received. You received. It's in the Apocrypha. Hold up. It's a lot here. I can't even remember. It's a scripture that says that you received something in your time, in this present time, or something like that. It's pretty much saying, huh? Huh? Yeah, you can't use that because Satan was tempting Christ with giving him the world, with pretty much blessing him. So you can use that. But it's a scripture that really drives this point home. But just to make a long story short, yes, you can be blessed by Satan. What is a deal in a record label deal? Well, what's the 360 deal?
Damn.
Who blessing it? Is that God? So who doing it? It's a hell of a distraction now, because when you see the money and you see the fame that comes with the money, then nothing else matters. Especially when you've been poor all your life. You sell your soul. When people say they sell their soul, they're not literally selling their soul. They giving up on all their values. They're doing things they would never do. You know what I mean? Like women are being more naked than they would normally be. Really? They're like that boy, Old Town Road.
Lil Nas X.
He said he wasn't gay, but that's what they wanted for him to make the big bucks. So he became gay for the bread. Yep. He's like, what y'all want me to do? Be gay? Bet. Yes. That's what he said. He said, Meek Mill. Come on, Meek Mill. Come on now. Meek Mill just, became gay for the bread. P. Diddy just, was like, if I take that, I'll give you some bread. He's like, take it. Yes, the devil can it's the scripture that I really want to pull. It's in Esdras. I know it is.
In Esdras?
Yes, in Esdras. I seen it the other day too on somebody's Facebook page.
It has received in it.
Yeah, you've received. Any more questions? I'm finna try to find this. I can't.
I'm in Esdras. I'll just type in received.
Go ahead.
So like I said, if I could, what did Jeremiah the prophet? What did Jeremiah the prophet go try to tell Zedekiah the king when I guess Babylon was coming to take over them?
I don't remember. You got to read the scripture.
Yeah.
Jeremiah was like sent to from God to Zedekiah to tell them something.
I don't remember. You don't got the verse? I don't remember off the top of my head. I'm gonna find this scripture. Oh, second Ezra's, before we go there, second Ezra's 9 and 10.
This is the book of Second Ezra.
Start at 9. 9 and 9.
This is the book of Ezra, chapter 9, verse 9. Then shall they be in pitiful case, which now they have abused my ways, and they that have cast them away despitefully shall dwell in torment.
He said they're gonna be in a pitiful case, the people that abuse my ways, that didn't listen to me. They're gonna be in pitiful case. They're gonna dwell in torments. Keep going.
Come out of the tongue, verse 10. For such as in their life have received benefits.
For such in their life have received benefits. Go ahead.
Come out of the tongue and have not known me.
And have not known me. Keep going.
Come out of the tongue, verse 11. And they that have
Loathed.
My law.
And they that have hated my law. Go ahead.
They that have loathed my law while they had yet liberty, and when as yet place of repentance was open unto them, understood not, but despised it.
When they had a chance to change, they despised change. They hated the law. They didn't want to change. Why? Because they had benefits. They received money. They would have riches. Had everything they want. And you telling them to change aggravated them. They didn't want to hear that. That's the scripture I was looking for. Salakia.
That's it.
Okay, so now did you got the scripture that you was asking about, Jaquad?
Okay. Jeremiah 21, 2 or 1. Sorry. So I think the better question would be, why did the Lord bring Babylon unto us during that time? Like, what did we do? What did
we always do?
So we wasn't following laws again?
Duh.
Dang.
What do you think? We don't listen. We are stiff-necked, hard-headed people. And the Lord always uses the other nations as a whooping stick. It's like if I say, y'all what's up, Yaquab? Y'all cut the yard, take out the trash, clean the kitchen. And when me and your mama get home, we out of town. When we get back, I just want to make sure everything is done. We get home, the yard ain't cut, the kitchen dirty, the living room, the dishes, everything done. We say, oh, okay. We kick y'all out the house, move in Kakam, his brothers, move in Isaiah, and now we buy them all the stuff we was gonna buy y'all. And we make y'all live outside. And now I tell them to tell y'all what to do. Because y'all don't want to listen to us. So maybe y'all listen to them. Y'all friends. The people that you want to be cool with. Because the reason you didn't clean the house is because you was chilling with your partners. You was chilling with your friends. You didn't want to obey what we were saying because your friends was over. All right, well, we're going to put your friends in your seat and see what they do. Guess what they're going to do? They're going to clean the house. They're going to cut the yard. And they're going to make you do it. And if you don't do it, they're going to beat the hell out of you. And we're going to sit there and allow it. We're going to say, yeah. You heard what he said? Do it. Why? Because when we told you to do it, you didn't listen to us. So now, maybe you'll listen to somebody else. That's what the Lord been doing us with all the other nations. He put us in our own land. We don't listen. he let another nation come in. You seen, as soon as Solomon started tripping, he said he rose up Hadad, the Edomite.
Damn.
Seen that? As soon as he wasn't listening, okay, I got Hadad, the Edomite, to come in and take over everything I gave you.
And the same thing on Saul too.
Yeah.
How Saul messed up. He sent Samuel to be David, like to find another king.
Yes, but no, the Lord replaced Saul with his own brother. The Lord replaced us with heathens.
That's right.
He ain't replacing us with our own brother. He replacing us with another nation. That's what makes it so bad. It makes it captivity. It makes it slavery. When another nation is telling you how to live, how to eat, what to do. That's why every time a police officer kills a black man, that's a war crime.
That's right.
Because that's another nation of people killing another race of people.
Mm-hmm.
That's why. It's what we would call a hate crime.
That's right.
All right. Go ahead.
One more online. Same brother, young man Jermaine. He says, can marriage work if the dude and the female have different gods?
I'm not gonna say it can't work, but it's gonna be real hard to do. It's gonna be real hard to do because it's gonna be a lot of agreeing to disagree. It's gonna be a lot of you walking in the house, you see a big ass Christmas tree, you just be like, all right, well, I'm just go upstairs. I'm just not gonna talk to her. I'm not gonna talk about the Christmas tree. She do some cooking. She cook pork and what you like.
Damn.
Like, how long can you stomach that?
Right.
How long can you being in the truth, knowing what the Lord say? How long can you stomach seeing this sin in front of you? Can it work? It depends on what type of brother you are. If you're not really zealous about the truth, it's damn near impossible to work if you're zealous. I walked in the house and I was like, Christmas tree, like, just get it up out of here.
That's right.
Pork, trash bag. Just start dropping pork out the freezer.
Throw away all the meat.
She's like, all right, wait, please. We're gonna eat this last pork and I'm not gonna buy no more. It's like, okay, I can deal with that. That was my compromise. My compromise was let you get your last little pork out.
Right.
My compromise was, I know this is a lot. Christmas is a lot. I'll let you celebrate Christmas probably for another year. This is the last Christmas.
That's right.
These are the last 2 Christmases. I'll give you 2 more. Why? Because I knew she wasn't as zealous as I was.
That's right.
I knew she wasn't as strong as I was when it came to the Lord. And the Lord started showing her stuff in between that kind of sped up the process. And, it just depends. Really what you should do is just give her to the Lord. I'm going to tell you how if you want your rib to change, you change. You show your wife the new you, and she'll have to make a decision on whether or not she want to stay with the new you or not.
That's right.
Because you're going to be so different, it's going to be like she's with a different man. You're going to be so the opposite of who you was. She's going to have to make a decision on whether or not she wants to be with this new man or if she wants to stay and, or she want to leave and just say, no, I don't like you. And if I would have met you like this, I wouldn't have been with you. That's her decision. But 9 times out of 10, it don't work. She's going to leave.
Damn.
Go ahead.
Like I said, if I could. What's the backstory on Daniel and Hezekiah?
Daniel was Hezekiah. Show me what scripture. Show me what you're talking about when it talks about Hezekiah and what you want to know about him. Daniel was thorough. from his youth.
Shoot.
You know what I mean? Daniel went through like 2 different kings or something, 2 different regimes. Go ahead.
Like you said, Daniel broke. I was a brother that was younger than Christ. Abraham, Daniel, Solomon. How many kids Jeremiah? How many kids? Like 10, 12 years old. They're the old men. How does the kid have to come and help?
The brother said, how does a kid get so zealous for the Lord? It's you. It's what you. Okay, how does a 7th grader start dunking? He does what? He practices. How does a 16-year-old go to the Olympics and get a gold medal? How does a young man that's 12 have a zeal for the Lord all the way until he's old? That's it. It's in you. It's what you're passionate about. If you are passionate about the Lord, then you will be a zealot for the Lord from the womb. It's just on you, how much effort you put into it. Some people just want to play football. They play from little league to middle school to high school to college, go to the league. All they know is football. That's it. See what I'm saying? Some people just want to serve the Lord. Some people are like, I'm not athletic. I don't care about that. God is my sport. How does Steph Curry shoot the ball the way he shoots? He practices. You're going to have to, if this is something you want to do, you're going to have to make your mind up you want to do it. That's it. That spirit that's on you to, play basketball, put that drive and that force into God and watch what happens. The zeal comes from the Lord. The zeal is passion, right? What are you passionate about? Like if you passionate about playing football, then what you're gonna do with the Lord is split your time with the Lord and your passion. You know what I mean? So you're gonna go hard for the Lord and you're gonna go hard for football. Then you're gonna go hard for your girlfriend. Then you're gonna go hard for your job. Now you're splitting your passions up. Then you're gonna have kids, you're gonna go hard for your kids. Then you're gonna go hard for the. Now you're splitting all your passions up. And so you won't go as hard as somebody who don't have no wife, no kids, just laser focuses on God. You're not gonna be able to outwork him. You know why? Because he got more energy and more time to focus on one thing. See what I'm saying? That's just how it works. Ain't nothing you can do about that. So it's based off of you. How much time and effort you put into it. If you put all your time and effort into it, you will be amazing in the work of the Lord. You'll heal the sick, raise the dead, make the blind see. Why? Because you focus your entire life solely on the power of God. But you can't fully focus on the power of God if you got to focus on running in the I formation.
That's right.
You can't focus on that when you got to slant, go here, break the line. You can't focus on that when you got to worry about Euro stepping, crossovers. You can't focus on it. See what I'm saying? All
right, so to backdoor his question, because he's asking about, the prophets and Christ and all that. So did they have the same, juggernaut in their way? Like, we grew up at Christianity, you know what I mean? Did they have that same juggernaut in the way?
Yeah.
Is that why they were able to have the zeal?
The Pharisees and Sadducees was Christianity.
Count on the walk.
That law, the way that everybody followed the law in the past, that was their form of Christianity, because Christ came and showed them some new stuff. Everybody was following this Pharisees and Sadducees way of living. Christ was like, you have heard it said you should do it like this. I say you should do it like that. And so they had to really have discernment and the Spirit of the Lord in them to take what Christ said and live it. Go ahead.
Okay, but another example, like a precept, be like in the can't think of the exact book, but when Moses had went up to the mountain and they had Aaron make that cow, even though they had everything already formed, they were still doing those.
Yes, the calf was just a lack of faith and ignorance, not knowing. It was like they thought the calf was going to be God, because they thought, look, we should make a God too, like everybody else. It's you looking at everybody else and thinking that you know what God is what makes you so dumb. Why do people think God is all love? Because that's what everybody say God is. Why do you think that God is all happiness and all peace and jolly? Because that's what they tell you God is. Now you read the Bible, you read his records, and you see that God is a man of war. It's like, damn, I never knew that about God. See what I'm saying?
So it's like good. I ain't really found a specific verse or nothing. I see stuff about him like fighting, like not fighting, but like being in a lion's den and stuff. Like, you know what I'm saying? He received a vision.
Well, Daniel?
Okay.
Daniel was bad. Daniel was a man that had so much faith. They was telling him to do something, he didn't want to do it. And they tried to put him in the lion's den. And he sat in the lion's den, and the lions didn't eat him. And they gave him hungry lions.
That's right.
Lions that hadn't ate. And Daniel just sat in there. And he didn't eat him. And then once he got out of the lion's den, they put the men in the lion's den that put him in the lion's den, and the lions had a feast. They put Daniel in a burning what the thing's called? The fiery furnace. Yep. Not just Daniel. They put Daniel, Shadrach, Meshach, and Abednego.
Damn.
They put him and his partners, him and his 3 partners, in the lion's den. They went in the lion's den, they turned the fire up. They looked in the window. He's like, damn, them niggas still in there. They just standing around. They turned it up some more. He turned the fire up some more. He's like, wait a minute. There's another one in there. It's an extra nigga in there. The angel of the Lord was in there with him, covering him in the fire. Fire was so hot that the men that was turning up the fire burnt up. So Daniel was a man of extreme faith. He could tell you your vision. The king had told Daniel. The king said, I had a dream. I ain't gonna tell you the dream, no. I want you to tell me what my dream was and interpret it. If you don't do it, I'm killing everybody, all y'all. All of the false prophets and all of the king's wise men was like, well, sir, we at least gotta hear the dream. He's like, nah, if y'all wise men, y'all should be able to tell me what the dream is and what it means. Daniel said, sir, if I could, give me a day. Give me a few days so I can go pray and fast. I'll come back to you with the dream. He's like, all right, you and your boys, y'all go ahead and do y'all thing. Came back, told him the dream, told him what it meant and everything. And Nebuchadnezzar was like, yeah, you real. The rest of y'all fake. Kill them.
That's right.
That's who Daniel was. You read Daniel. Right. Daniel to me is like the book of Revelations in the Old Testament. Because Daniel was getting visions about today. One of Nebuchadnezzar's dream was that Nebuchadnezzar is going to be the head of gold. Mm-hmm. The Syrian the Persians and the Mede would be the body. Mm-hmm. The legs would be Greece, and the toes would be Rome. And a stone was going to cut out of a mountain and hit them and make it all fall down. That was talking about Christ. And this new kingdom that's being built that's going to destroy all of the empires of the past. All of that. That's what Daniel was talking. Daniel was heavy. So, yeah, read that book. It's gonna give you're gonna have some questions when you get to reading that book. Go ahead.
Kind of wrong concert, if I may. Now that's why I like who you follow and who you stand with is so important, because them brothers, that's how I feel when I'm with Captain Yatazaq. I feel like harm is not going to come to me if I just do what he says. Those brothers stood with him and they survived the furnace. I don't know if they survived the furnace because of them. I feel like they survived the furnace because of Daniel. Okay, like Daniel was that's heavy. That all the things he had to go through, being in the lion's den, being in that furnace, and then them brothers that stood with him, they were spared, just like Daniel was.
Mm-hmm. All right. Any other questions? Go ahead.
You said Christ was reincarnated 4 times, right?
Right.
Can you say the names again? I only got 2.
Adam. You got Adam, Isaac, Melchizedek was an appearance, Solomon, and Christ.
Really?
So like you said, my mate. So with Melchizedek, after where did he go?
Went back to where he came from.
He just disappeared.
Yeah. He made an appearance. That's what it was, an appearance. It said man who had no father or no mother. Just made an appearance. He came, did what he had to do, and left. Where does Gabriel go when Gabriel comes? Where does Michael go when Michael comes? They go back to the Most High. I just gave you the answer. They go back to the Most High. Oh, you got a question? Go ahead.
So that means that Melchizedek is Christ. And Melchizedek came before Christ came on earth. That means God already had a son in heaven before you sent him down.
Melchizedek wasn't called his son. What are you? What is Yasha Allah?
Son of power.
Son of what?
Son of power.
What are the power?
Son of power.
So what does that mean?
The Son of God. Son of power.
So what are you?
Son of God.
What is everybody in this room that's a man?
Son of God.
So what's your question? Okay. Most High Christ. I'm glad you got it. You know what Christ was? Christ was the firstborn of every creature.
Exactly.
That's what Christ was. But we're those that what's that in red? What's that? What's the question? When the Most High said, "Let there be light," who was that talking? Nope. Nope. Christ was the firstborn of every creature. Yes, that was Christ. Christ is the one that was talking to the angels, and Christ and the angels created everything. Because Christ is the firstborn of every creature. In the beginning was the Word was God, and the Word was with God, and the Word became flesh and dwelt among them. So Christ is so cold at following orders. His nickname is the Word. That's how cold he is. He the Word. That means anything that's said he do it to the T. To the T. He ain't switching up. He ain't like Saul. He ain't like Saul. Saul, it was the people. The people said, no.
Right.
Christ was he to the T with it. And when the Lord see Christ work, what the Lord say? It is good. It is good. All right. Somebody else had their hand up? Zakaria. Is there any way we can make the story of Daniel practical? What do you mean by that? Practical. Now that's literal. It looked like I put you in the oven and then you come out the oven with no burns. That means I fire up the barbecue pit, I put you in the barbecue pit, and then you get out the barbecue pit and you ain't got no burns. That's what it looked like. Corio. Give him the mic so I can hear him.
You said that God needed 12,000 from each tribe. What did he need them for?
12,000 from each tribe will be the rulers of the new kingdom that's coming under Christ. So Christ is good, the king, right? The new government that's going to be ruling the earth under Christ is what we would call the 144,000, which would be 12,000 from each of the 12 tribes. That's what they would be for. And that's what each and every one of us are in here for, to be a ruler in the kingdom. Christians just want to make it to heaven. We want to rule in it.
That's right.
That's what we're doing. We're not coming in here to just make it. We coming in here to get crowns. That's what the crowns are for. The crowns are a signet of power and rulership and authority that we're going to get by Christ. Christ is the king. He gonna be like, yeah, they was down with me in the trenches. Yeah, when nobody wanted to listen to him, they was being called crazy. They was being mistreated by their own family and their own friend. They solid. I'm gonna put a crown on their head. Now, when I need something done, because Christ ain't gonna have to do it. He's gonna send us to do it. We his ambassador. We gonna go and do all this work. Right? That's just like Christ sent us out to do his work right now. We gonna do the same thing. Anybody else? Go ahead.
It's like it, sir. So, by what you said, that Christ brought light to the earth. Christ was in the Old Testament.
Oh,
Yes. Christ is in the. Give me that.
I got the precept, man.
What you
That's
got?
why I had my hand up the whole time.
Salakia, go ahead.
Kind of the one kind, sir. We're gonna get John 8 and 58. Let's.
John 10:7.
John 8 and 58.
God.
This is the book of John, chapter 8, verse 58. Jesus said unto them, Verily, verily, I say unto you, before Abraham was, I am.
Before what?
Before Abraham was, I am.
Before Abraham was, I am. Christ is telling you he was before Abraham. Christ is all over the Bible. You know what the prophets was talking about all over the Bible? About the Messiah coming, about a Savior coming to free us from the hand of the heathens. That, a deliverer. That's how it was worded. Give me Hebrews 10 and 7.
This is the book of Hebrews, chapter 10, verse 7. Then said I, lo, I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me.
I come in the volume of the book. It is written of me. All these books is written. They talking about Christ in during Moses' time. Christ made an appearance to Abraham. Christ was Adam. I'm everywhere. Christ was in the beginning when the creation was being made. Christ is all over the Bible. Christ is talking to John in the book of Revelation and giving him the vision of the end. Everywhere in here, Christ is in there.
That's right.
Every prophet is talking about Christ and what they see from Christ. Daniel is seeing about Christ. Everybody. Go ahead.
It's like, sir, so Christ will be in heaven in the beginning in Genesis, right?
The spirit. Christ, the reason I'm saying Christ is because that's who we know him as. But I don't know what that spirit was called before it was called Christ. See what I'm saying? But the Bible is letting us know that it is Christ, the spirit we know of as Christ.
So would you say that when he was born on earth, that spirit disappeared from heaven? It went into the baby that was born?
Yes. Yes. Corey, you had a question?
It was more of a metaphorical question.
Come on.
I never understood like how everything was created. Was it like how God was found? Like, was he here before it all, or like?
Yes. So let me tell you, the Lord created time, and the only way we can understand the Lord is through time. But the Lord is eternal. He's outside of time. So time to us is this box that the Lord made that we gauge life and days through. Eternity is something we can't comprehend. So when he made this box called time, give me Genesis 1:1.
The book of Genesis, chapter 1 and verse 1. In the beginning, God created the heaven and the earth.
Stop. That's time, space, and matter in one verse, which is called what? Time, space, and matter is called what? What you use in school? Huh? Science. This is God creating science so that you can understand him. He created a way for you to understand him. So you have the Most High. He's eternal. And he's like, okay, I'm going to create in the beginning. In the beginning of what? Time. God created the heavens, space, and the earth, matter. He created time and put us inside of time. Then what happens? Then everything that's created, everything that's being created it's science. All of creation is science. Read the next verse.
And the earth was without form and void.
The earth was without form. What is this? I'm making something, but before I make it, I got all of the pieces to it. Now I just got to put the pieces together. So what's floating? Molecules, gases. The earth is without form. Keep going.
And darkness was upon the face of the deep.
Darkness is over the face of the deep space. Darkness. There's no light. Go ahead.
And the Spirit of God moved upon the face of the waters.
The face of the waters, because in space is water. That's why the same elements and the same things that happen to you when you're in deep water happens to you when you're in space.
That's right.
You float in space, you float under the water. Your head implodes underwater, your head implodes in space, because that's the waters above and that's the waters below.
That's right.
Keep going.
Khan, verse 3. And God said, let there be light.
He activated the gases. Let there be light. Now, what's happening? The Lord is framing out a workspace. This is what Christ is doing. Christ is framing out a workspace. What happens when you see construction workers working at nighttime?
You see the sparks.
Nope. When they working at nighttime, they gotta have lights. So it's darkness. So what he do? Activate the gases so we can get some light, so we can see what we're doing. And that's what's happening. Now he's putting it all. Keep going. Give me another verse.
And there was light, verse 4. And God saw the light, that it was good.
God seen it, was like, all right, that's good. Keep it up. The Most High ain't doing nothing. The Most High is like this.
That's
and
right.
then Christ is like, look. That's cool. Christ is the contractor. He's the construction worker.
That's right.
The Most High is the one that bought the property. See what I'm saying? Like when you buy a house, you don't work on the house. You show up to the property and see what type of work they've been doing.
That's right.
Christ and the angels are the contractors that's building this thing for the Most High. So, I mean, I could break down the whole thing, but that's the gist of how creation was made. The Lord created each and everything by his word, which was Christ. Make sense? Go ahead.
So I got another question on the same topic I was talking about. So the spirit that was in Genesis of Christ, he went into Adam, right?
Uh-huh.
So when Adam died, the spirit went back to heaven.
The spirit goes back where everybody else go. Where did your spirit go when you die?
To get judged.
Where?
It's like, I forgot what it's called.
You don't know where you go when you get judged? Who judges you?
The judges.
What? That's fine. That's fine. Who judges you? Who's the judge?
The Most High.
So where do you go?
To the Most High to get judged.
You go before the Most High. When Christ died on the cross, what did he say before when he gave up the ghost? What did he say? It is what? It is finished. What is finished? I finally got it right. I did it this time.
Yep.
I did it perfect.
That's right.
Adam, how did what happened in the garden?
He fell into sin.
He went into sin, and they lost the garden. Got evicted out the garden. We got evicted out of our land because of Adam. Right? Then next time he's who? Isaac. Right?
That's right.
What almost happened to Isaac? He almost got what? He almost got sacrificed. What does that sound like? Who else you heard got sacrificed? Who else got sacrificed? Christ. He almost got sacrificed, but what happened instead of the sacrifice? There was a ram in the bush, and the Lord said it was not time. It was not time.
Damn.
Then Solomon comes. Solomon wise. He married strange women. Then he comes back and he's Christ. This time Christ says, I'm getting no wives.
That's right.
I'm getting no women this time. The women it's a trick. I see this women thing. No women this time.
Damn.
I'm focusing on nothing but the work.
That's heavy.
Go ahead.
So did Christ know about his past lives before he came as Christ?
No, Christ knew about his past lives by reading about them. He read the scriptures and learned. He didn't know he was those people. He just knew he wasn't going to make those mistakes. You see what I'm saying? He wasn't like, oh, I was Adam, oh, I was this, and I was that. No, he was just like, oh, Adam messed up. As Isaac almost got this happened. Oh, he did this. Oh, he was doing this, he was doing that. I'm not gonna do none of that. Just like you could do right now. You can read the Bible, you can read these records, and you can say, I'll never ever do what Solomon did. That's what Christ did. Christ read about Solomon, was like, nope, women. The richest, wisest man fell to women. Okay, I would not fall into women. I won't even get one. Go ahead.
So when Christ was created, was the Bible there before he was here?
No.
So how did he find out about his past? About
when Christ was created in the beginning, how did he find out about what?
About Isaac's mistakes and Solomon.
No. When Christ was created, that was beginning before anything was made. Christ was the one giving the orders with the angels, making everything. But when you talking about the spirit Christ, that the man Christ, yes, the records were here when the man Christ got here. Yeah, it was history when Christ got here. It was what he learned, just like how you are here. We got the records right now, and you're reading the records of your past lives, because guess where y'all are? In here. Y'all are some of the men from the past, and the history of your family and your records are right here. You are reading about your past lives right now in this book. You are one of these men in the Bible, each and every one of you. It's the same thing that Christ did. And Christ, the same way you can make the decision to say, I'm not going to make a mistake, I'm not going to do what they did, that's what Christ did. But Christ did it at a young age, like Zechariah was asking. Christ was zealous from a young age. Christ was a little boy, 12. He was in the temples arguing and debating the high priest, the old men. And he was in it so deep that his mama and them had left and went to another town. They looked up, they're like, where's your Yahweh? They had to go back to the town to find him. Joseph and Mary was looking for him. What did Christ say he was doing? Zechariah? Doing what? He was being about his father's business. That's what he was saying. He's like, man, y'all know I'm in here. Y'all know where my mind at. If I know that if I lose Yatazaq somewhere, it's going to be I'm gonna find him at the basketball court. That's where he's gonna be at. If I lose him in a place in the mall and I hear balls bouncing, I'm gonna say he over there with the basketball, and he gonna be over there hooping. When you want to hoop, that's what he's gonna be saying. Why? Because that's what he likes to do. Well, if you knew Christ, you would know the only thing he cared about was his father's business. You know. Go ahead.
So when did Christ be so certain of him being the past lives of Adam, Isaac, and all that?
Give me Matthew 1:1. Read that.
Come. This is the book of Matthew, chapter 1, verse 1. The book of the generation of Jesus Christ.
What does it mean, the generations of Jesus Christ? Genealogy. Right? But this is not just the genealogy, the generation. This is the, you see, keep reading.
Come. The son of David.
Christ was the who?
The son of David.
Who was the son of David? Solomon. Go ahead.
The son of Abraham.
And the son of who?
Son of Abraham.
Who was the son of Abraham?
Isaac.
Damn.
It's kind of crazy. Matthew wrote that. See, these men are a little bit more spiritual than you are. You're not spiritual. These men never were disconnected from their culture. What color are you?
Damn.
See, you connected with the Crayola box. You black. These men knew who they. These men knew, you know, they knew who their fathers was and their father's father. You know what he about to run down right here in this chapter? All of the fathers, and the son. They're about to run down the genealogy of Christ. They're going to make sure that you know that Christ has the bloodline to be the king. You can't just say, oh, he the king because he was born because of this star. They're like, nah. Not only was he born when this star came, his father is Joseph. Joseph is of the seed of David.
That's right.
Joseph's father is this man, which it connects to the prophecy that Christ was going to come through the seed of Judah, and it goes all the way back to their bloodline, which shows you that Christ is the rightful king, the rightful heir of the throne. That's why this genealogy is even written in the Bible. Go ahead. Because the scribes and Pharisees didn't care who he was. The scribes and Pharisees knew who he was. Want me to prove it? You want the precept? Give me John chapter 3.
Good night.
They knew exactly who he was. John 3:1.
Good night.
Read that.
This is the book of John, chapter 3, verse 1. There is a man of the Pharisees named Nicodemus, a ruler of the Jews. Verse 2. The same came to Jesus by night.
Where did he come to Jesus?
By night.
Did he come during the daytime when anybody could see him? He came by night. And what did he say?
And said unto him, Rabbi, we know that thou art a teacher come from God.
We know what?
That thou art a teacher come from God.
You know what they knew? That Christ came from God. And they knew that everything that Christ said was right. Why didn't they accept it? Because they just didn't want to. They didn't want to accept it. He called them rabbi. You know what rabbi means? Teacher.
That's right.
He's the ruler of the Jews. He is today, he's T.D. Jakes. Imagine if T.D. Jakes walked up to you and said, hey, Kakam, I know that what y'all teaching is the truth. What if he said, Kakam, teacher? We all know that you come from God. That's what he just did. T.D. Jakes just came to an officer and said, I know that you are a man that come from God. They knew who they was dealing with. That's why they wanted him dead. Because he was so detrimental to what the work they did. Okay? Anything else? Go ahead.
Officer Topazar has a question.
Come on, give me that. We over a little bit.
Yeah, we over a lot of bit.
Okay, come on. I'm gonna ask this question. I'm gonna be done.
Yeah. It is Topazar.
Yeah.
Yeah. Man. All right. So Psalm 75, 4 through 7. He just wants a breakdown of that. So I'll get the Psalms 75 and 4. All right, this is the book of Psalms, chapter 70, 75, verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn. Verse 5. Lift not up the horn on high, speak not with a stiff neck. Verse 6. For the promotion cometh neither from the east, nor from the west, nor from the south. Verse 7. But God is the judge. He put it down one and set it up another.
It sounds like he's saying that don't praise in being raised up by the heathens. It sounds like he's saying, read verse 4 again.
Come on, my God, sir. So Psalm 75, verse 4. I said unto the fools, deal not foolishly, and to the wicked, lift not up the horn.
Don't blow the horn of winning, of congratulations. You fool. Don't blow the horn to what? Keep going.
Kanawan Concert, verse 5. Lift not up your horn on high. Speak not with a stiff neck.
Don't blow your horn up because you really sinners. This is not a victory.
Damn.
It's like looking at, we got the president we wanted. Yay, Kamala Harris. No, dummy. Don't blow the horn up high. Keep going.
Kanawan Concert.
Teacher.
Verse 6. For promotion cometh neither from the east, nor the west, nor the south.
The promotion is not coming from who you think it should come from. But what?
But God is the judge.
The Lord is the one that's judging us. Go ahead.
So what you're saying is don't count your blessings earlier than you're supposed to?
Yes, give him a hand.
Right.
Yes, because a lot of times you counting something that you think is a blessing and it ain't.
That's right.
A lot of times you looking at something like, oh man, thank the Lord. Listen, you did it all the time when you found weed.
Damn.
You be like, man, God is look at God. Got a whole 3.5. Man, God is good. And that's the sack that gets you put in jail.
That's right.
That's the sack that got you your weed case. That's that.
Damn.
That sack right there that you found. You didn't even have no money. You didn't have no weed. You found that sack and then you walking home happy. And
damn.
And you like, oh, I ain't got nothing on me. Oh, the sack I just found. That's the sack that got you your case. Don't count your blessings before because the Lord is judging you. While you're blowing your horn and you're happy, the Lord is the one that's finna bring the sword up on you. Keep up. Keep going. He put one down.
He put it down one and set it up another.
The Lord, you happy about Kamala Harris may be getting in office. And you think everything is going to change. So you're going to blow the trumpets and say, yay, we won. The Lord is giving, he put down one oppressor and gives you a new oppressor. All right. That's it. All right. I think that's it. With that, I'm going to pass the class over to young man Terrence.
Take both sheets.
All right, it's the ISUPK security announcements. We are the ISUPK started out at 1 West 125th Street, Harlem, New York. Rule for new brother and sister. When a new brother or sister come into the school, they are off limits for 6 months. They are to be saluted only. They are here to shed themselves of the world. If they need transportation, the teacher will arrange it. After 6 months, if a brother or sister has an interest in a particular person, he or she must give her permission from the head to speak to a brother or sister. There's another 6 months in which the brother and sister will court each other. After this 6-month period, the brother and sister will get permission from the head to marry. Ties, which is a commandment. Find in Numbers 8, chapter 18 and verse 21, and Malachi chapter 3, verse 8 to 10 means tenth in the Hebrew. 10% of every penny of an increase the Lord gives you. Give to treasury department or teacher priest fund. Or priest fund, free will offering for priests, not mandatory, whatsoever amount you would like. And we got the upcoming holy convocations. All right, we got the memorial, the blowing of the trumpets. It's the first day of the 7th month, Wednesday, October 2nd. You can find this in Leviticus chapter 23, verse 24 and 25.
If any man wants to become a trooper in the school.
All right. If anyone wants to be a trooper in the schools, start wearing all black: boots, shirts, pants, headband, or scarf.
With that, we pass the class back over to Priest.
All right, with that, imagine we're going to stand up. We're going to give a courtesy salute. Men of Israel. Men of Israel, imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Rock.
Yahweh Hashem Yahshua Barakatah.
Yajim Matah. So, imagine sisters. Give a courtesy salute to the sisters. Men of Israel, imagine Shabbat. Imagine. Rock.
Yahweh Shemal Latam B'Hashem Yahshua.
Yajim Matah. Dismiss.